While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Takuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. You will see that they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us at the riverbank not far from the castrum. Alright, back to Namai. Back to Namai! So gotta go to the store. Way over there. Imperials love their castrums, man. Castrum this, castrum that. Castrum across the stars. I see the Confederacy boat. Alright, no, not you. Your party's assembled then? More or less. Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, trust. Lest there be any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That and whatever else he has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yagiri, you're to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. We will see you safely home. Then all stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it. Alright, let's see how well these go. Not well at all.
ようやくこの日がやってきましたね。本日行われる捕虜交換はドマとガレマール帝国との和解と共存に向けた最初の一歩。実に喜ばしい。
わしとしても平穏無事に捕虜交換が終わることを願っている。ところでそちらのコンテナの中身について伺ってもどうにも気になるものでな。
ああ、これですか。前回渡しそびれたのですが、ちょっとした手土産ですよ。ドマの復興にはいろいろと物資がご入り用でしょうから。
おお、これは痛み入る。かような心遣いがあるとは思いもよらなんだ。すでに交換すべき対象者がそちらの手に渡っているようだが、大事の前の生じ、あえて意を唱えまい。
それは私のことか
い？四つ湯。
そう、私の名は四つ湯。苗売りの意味語にして差し灰のカフ。そしてドマ代理総督。お前たちをすべ、お前たちから搾取するものだ。
記憶が戻ったのであれば、そなたも捕虜交換の対象。大使殿と帝国へ帰るというなら認めよう。だが未だドマ代理総督を名乗るのは認められんな。
反乱軍の頭目風情が生きがるんじゃないよ。帝国の支配に抗う者あればことごとく粛清せよ。これがゼノス様から与えられた一つの役目。私はそれを果たし、ずうずうしくふてぶてしくデートのようなこの国に君臨し続けよう。これよりこの地に明けは来たらず、我が腹より満ちる闇に飲まれ、とこしえに黄泉の国となろう。そこに私は輝く、冷え冷えとした月のごとく。
Oh, they're crystals!
この光は
万神。ドマ人の女が蛮神召喚を行った。これは明確な協定違反だ。捕虜交換は中止。撤退準備を急げ。しかし皇帝陛下の代理者たる全権大使に逆らうのか。いいな、撤退準備だ。
了解であります。
ヒエン様、退避を。
だが
A strategic withdrawal. I'll
蛮神相手では足手まといになるだけか。すまん、今ひとたびそなたの力を貸してくれ。わしらは撤退するが、徴用兵たちの脱出を導くのを忘れるな。今度こそ誰一人として見捨てるわけにはいかんぞ。
承知。やはりお前が立ちはだかるか。今ならわかる、その忌々しい光の力が。だけどね、今や私は夜の神、白道教から生まれいでた夜と月を滑るTsukuyomiなのさ。この力を持って あと一つ、憎くて憎くてたまらないものを葬り去る。お前にだって止められやしないよ。さあ、賭けの続きといこうじゃないか。ドマに夜明けがあるのか否か、未来とやらを占うのさ。
Oh boy. Does this lady know does this lady know what she's getting into? Apparently not. Alright. Now I gotta do this. Wonderful. Now we're playing the waiting game. You'd think the keys would not be so bad in the evening. Oh, there it is. Alright, lady.
世のことごと楽しもうじゃないか。いまいましい。
Let's share the torment, shall we? Well, let's not.
いつまで持つかね。
Oh fuck. That was just unfortunate right there. Enough of that. I would want the pain to grow familiar.
ナイスをくれよ。待ってくれるじゃないか。
Why does it fade away? I understand. It feeds on my spite, on my suffering. Forged cities of the dead, curse my name, strike my body, fill my soul with blackest malice. Working an excuse for a daughter, you're nothing but trouble. A font of misery, that's what you are. Yes, my dearest parents, I was debating your existence to the very end. fight like your life depends on it, dear sister. You wouldn't want to disappoint me. This is a cold-blooded little worm, always clawing through my rotten heart. Oh, Xenos! Your pitiful fortunes bring you no lower. You've come to deliver judgment to my failure. Cut me down then. Surely it is a simple task. Stay behind me, Tsuyu. Why? You have no place here. You must survive, Tsuyu. The kami spared us and we can never repay that boon in death. Perhaps, but it is too late for me. There can be no redemption. A knifing flower shall here. Alright.
Yami no utsutsu ni takishin. Hito yori ochita. Ashiki kami taru. Hikari majurite. Tsuki wa mamu.
You gotta alternate. You get a full stack of one and you die.
Knifeをくれよ。光満ちた月は笑う。
That was unfortunate timing on that revive.
Knifeをくれよ。忌々しい。ああ、まだ私は。ひねり潰してくれる。ひねり潰してくれる。忌々しい。
Dead. She's got nice weapons though. The twin swords. She's now down for the count. Give me those comms! Told you you're in over your head. Oh! Talk about dealing the final blow. Cold-blooded is right.
ダメですよ。とどめはちゃんと刺さないと。後人族に献上させた神器と手土産のクリスタルで召喚させた即席の万神といっても一応は神の端くれなんですから。そう睨まないでください。万神は帝国にとっても敵なんですから処分するのは当たり前じゃないですか。それとも感情に任せて俺を殺しますか。敵だったこの女のために全権大使の俺を。
I would actually.
できるわけないですよね。そんなことをすれば帝国とドマの和平の目はついえるんだから。あ、もうついえたんでした。何せドマ人の女が万神を召喚したんですから、神下ろしに手を染めないっていう協定違反ですよねこれ。本当は俺がなるはずだったんだ。俺がゼノス様の代理になってドマを統治するはずだったんだ。俺だったら失敗なんて奪還なんてされなかった。ゼノス様の期待を背負うにふさわしいのは俺だけなんだよ。それをこのバイタが食いずめ焼きたてずめ祭りめや。
Oh. Hey, what'd you have to come into? Bitch?
朝日ありがとね。復讐の機会作ってくれてさ。
Those are nice katanas. I wish we had those for glamour.
善良の裏にはびこる邪悪。臭いものには蓋をして汚れた部分はのけ者にしてくだらない平凡を守ってきたこの国の連中。朝日、お前は私がどうなろうと見て見ぬふりを続けてくれたね。それでこそ私が最初に恨んだドマ人だ。
This family is dysfunctional.
しい。私の腹は底なしだと思ったけど、どうやらそこはあったみたい。やり遂げた。成し遂げた復讐を。あんたのために最後の力残しておいてよかったよ。なんて顔してるのさ。さんざドマの民を苦しめてきた悪党が死ぬんだ。もっと喜んだらどうだい。
So you deserve the kind of fate, or Gosetsu will warn you. Oh man, those are two tough choices. So you deserve the kinder fate. Let's go with this one.
Oh, 美味しかったかな。
You still alive? You can join your... No, I guess Zenos is still alive, apparently.
Zenos殿下。
朝日よ、貴様はドマ出身だったな。
はい、私ごときの名を覚えていてくださったなんて、何なりとご命令ください。
貴様を皇帝陛下の代理人たる全権大使に任命する。ドマへ赴き和平交渉を取りまとめよ。
和平でありますか。
そうだ。ただしその傍らで当地にて代理総督世津湯を見つけ出せ。
姉が生きていると。ご命令とあらば必ず。
これより貴様には神おろしの秘技を授ける。世津湯を見つけたならばその手法を手ほどきせよ。
奴には信仰心などつゆほどもなかろうが、八百万の神が息づく東方の生まれならばより代にはなる。紅甲羅の神器となすべき願いがあらば神の一つも下ろせよう。無論才なき女は自ら身に宿した万神の虜となり、願いにとらわれた生ける亡者となり果てるだろうがな。 殿下にこの命救われた時よりご恩返しすることを夢見てきました。ご命令を遂行することに何ら迷いはありませんが、万神一つを召喚させたとてドマの反乱軍には神殺しの英雄がついているとか、殿下の深遠なる策の真意をお聞かせいただけませんか。
嘆かわしいことに、この帝都にも民衆派なる軟弱者たちがはびこりつつあるという。奴らに今一度万神の脅威を認識させねばならん。貴様が我が手となり警鐘を鳴らすのだ。世界を真の意味で救済するためにやってくれるな。
私が殿下の手。はっ、やり遂げてみせます。必ず。
So that's what happened. Well, we now know Xenos is alive.
Xenos 様。主。あの人がお前を必ず。
無事のようだな。
Yeah, with ill tidings.
「行ってしまったか。これが天命というならあまりにひどい。
よつゆともども大使殿は死んだ。そなたが無事であったことは不幸中の幸いだが、これで帝国との和平も崩れたか。
Oh, there was no intention for peace.
お待ちください。
逃げた者とばかり思っていたが。
見届けるのも我が役目と踏みとどまっておりました。朝日大使は先ほどの神殺しが協定違反に当たると申しておりましたが、私には
Xenos was behind this plot.
なんとゼノス殿下の密命であったと。これが噂に聞く超える力、過去を見るという力なのですね。
待て、ゼノスが生きていると？神竜なる万神の力を手にした奴は戦いに敗れ、アラミゴの空中庭園にて自陣したはず。わしもこの目で奴の屍を確認したのだぞ。
お言葉ですが、殿下が亡くなっているはずは。召喚は出立前にゼノス殿下にお目通りしております。負傷されつつもアラミゴより帰還し、現在は療養中で。
一体どういうことなんだ。確かにゼノスは死亡し、埋葬までされているというのに。
どうやら私をたばかっているのではないようですね。仮に何者かがすでに亡くなっているゼノス殿下を語り、帝都中枢に入り込んでドマトの和平を妨害しているとしたら、これは我が国にとっても一大事です。
ならば捕虜交換の件はどうする？徴用兵らは我らがすでに脱出させているが、こちらには未だ捕虜たちを返還する意思はある。
私は和平を望む民衆派です。朝日大使が不慮の事故で死亡したとなれば、自責である私に捕虜交換を進める権限があります。
I don't like this guy. He's not stuck up as the appears we met.
では直ちに進めよう。両国の和平の可能性を途切れさせんためにも。
ありがとうございます、ヒエン様。では私は返還いただいた捕虜たちを船に移乗させ次第本国に帰還。事の真相を確かめさせていただきます。
暗い陰謀の影を感じる。どうか気をつけられよ。
その旅路、私も同行させていただけませんか？
ちょっとアルフィロ？
死んだはずのゼノスから朝日に対し神下ろしの手法が伝えられたとするならば、その裏にアシエンの存在が介在している可能性が高い。アシエンとは肉体を持たない魂だけの存在。私たちの経験と知識がなければ対抗することは難しい。違うかい？
そのアシエンなる者たちに関する知識を我々に教えてくださると。そうであればもちろん歓迎しますが。
危険は覚悟の上での申し出と見た。命を懸けるに値する使命であると、そう感じているのだな。
はい。これまで私は彼女の隣を歩むことでその行いを見てきました。私一人の力は彼女の足元にすら及ばないでしょう。ですが人と人とを結びつけ絆を編むことならば、この私にもできるかもしれないと思うのです。たとえそれがかつての敵であったとしても。
This is your moment.
Hmm. ならばこうしよう。アルフィノを我がドマ国の正式な使者に任命する。この身分があればただの旅人として赴くよりは安全であろう。
分かったわよ。止めても無駄なんだろうし、言ってくればいい。でもくれぐれも無茶はしないでよ。
ありがとう。それじゃあ行ってくるよ。
Well, I knew also he was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning? Thank the Kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. 'Tis little wonder Gosetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to Sekibun before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet awaits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I would suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together. To be ashamed to miss a joyous reunion. Oh, he's alive.
待ちに待ったこの光景、見ることができたのもひとえにそなたのおかげよな。
It's all happy endings for everybody, except Gosetsu. Poor guy. Oh, it's the man himself. I recognize those shoes and...
ここにおられましたか。
Oh, he shaved his head.
豪雪？
その頭、まさかお主。
刀も握れぬ老いぼれでは和歌のお役に立つことも難しいでしょうからな。頭を丸めて僧となり旅をしながら全ての犠牲者たちの魂を供養して回ろうかと思い立ったのでござる。
全てのか。
I mean, if he wants to go, I say let him. The man's been through enough.
かように晴れ晴れと送り出してもらえれば拙者の足取りも軽くなろうというものでござる。
アルフィノを見送ったかと思ったら今度は豪雪か。次から次へとよくもまあ それぞれに己が道を見つけるものよ。これはわしも負けておれんな。
若ならば良き国へ至る道も見つけられましょう。断りなく頭を丸めましたのはこの豪雪、最後のわがままとお受け入れくだされ。
おう。豪雪、わしは民と共に歩み続け、幼子たちが笑って暮らせる国を築いてみせよう。
それが恨みの果てに散ったかの者の手向けにもなりましょう。ではこれにてごめん。
Lord. So many goodbyes! Ah, Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but that has hit ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kian Khan. I will thank you properly. Alright. Our brothers and sisters have returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live on in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives in a source of grave concern mayhap the gravest. Yet there is little to be done but wait for Alpha notice and word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfill the promise I made to Gosetsu, by building a nation in which none might need live in fear. I confess, I miss them already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yatsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yatsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance, without the hesitation or complaint. Though Tsukuyomi can never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the Kami had been so minded. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yatsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death, with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother? Can that truly have been their will? Seems kinda cool if you ask me. That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl named Tsukuyomi lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. That's nice. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Sun, let's call on at Rogger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lisa about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. I agree. I totally agree. Alright, Lisa, I got some very, very bad news for you. You better sit down. You better be sitting down for this, because, Cecila, Alize, you're back. No alpha node? It's good to see you, Lise. As my headstrong brother, he's off on what will most certainly turn to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But this is a joke. God, this better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you're saying he's alive and well, living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Cecila's. She saw the Crown Prince of the Echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him. It was Xenos. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter? Xenos is dead. We had a great big hole. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Dolls, gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? Oh, hi, Thancred. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alpha had me lending a hand to Sultry, keeping an eye on the rebuilding works and so on, just until the operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before you wending my way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, I might suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business. Yeah, as much as I hate the man, it doesn't feel right to find on his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried at the Bloodhood in the Locks. His grave was set apart for the others and left unmarked, so as to not upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge when I get back. Until I get back. Oh man. All right, let's confirm it for ourselves, shall we? Where am I going? Way up there. This weather fits us perfectly, I might add. I don't know if this was intentional by the game, or if it was just purely coincidence, but this is totally fitting. This is it. Gotti better be in there. Someone scrawled over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off. Thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we're not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? Oh boy. It's the grand reveal.
Oi, oi. 悪い冗談だぜ。棺の中身が消えていやがる。
Great.
Nante koto nano? Yappari Xenos wa
Is walking around in Garlemald. Who's this guy? That guy didn't have the look of a friend. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend a credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphinaud's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking of from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Rabon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, let's send word to me at Ralger's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With the matter of sailing down Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall I make for the Rising Stones then? It's past time we share these developments with the others. Great. Oh shit, I skipped that. My bad. Mobby. Alice, Cecila, it's good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Oh, you wouldn't believe this shit. Disturbing developments indeed. Given that all we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits this Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Cecila? Nay, Alphinaud had the right of it. With that, his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy stronghold, and the shadowy web of the Paragons, like as not. You'll be fine. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but... I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. I mean, that's all we can do, really. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh. Speaking of Garlemald. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I worked only to ensure the salvation of the star. Oh. Of the star? That's clearly an Ascian. What the hell's this? What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. Who is this guy anyway? What are you? Have you lost your mind? Oh, we got sliced. I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final blow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Ooh. I don't get it. Who the hell is this guy supposed to be? Well, that was something. Is that it? Emissary of the Dawn. I can't tell where the patch ends. There was something that happens at the end of the patch, and I'll know it when I'll know it when I see it. I just don't know when. Is this it? Emissary of the Dawn? Emissary of the Dawn. Let me see. That doesn't tell me shit. Oh, that doesn't tell me jack squat about this. Doesn't tell me what patch it's added in. Great. What helpful. How helpful is that? I can't tell. I wish it would tell me what patch this was in. It's a simple question. Okay, patch is 4.3, so we're still in 4.3. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for Alpha Node. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. Sure. I'll put on the kettle then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. Alright, okay, here we go. Several cutscenes will play out. Alright, I get the shtick. Alright, interesting. So the Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends at Doma would be grateful for information who could help prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Heen will wish to welcome our resident expert on etherology. Greetings! Could it be that I'm in time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down. Tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhowl's gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once leased from her officers to confirm Zeno's dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Zenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instructions, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it is like the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos was not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an assassin who has taken up residence within it. I'm all for the ASEAN. If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we were dealing with an ASEAN and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alpha Node and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Oh no, I'll be fine. It's Alpha Node. He's got himself out of trouble, right? He can talk his way out of it, right? Meanwhile, aboard the Imperial Hypersonic Craft... Oh my god, Hypersonic Assault Craft... I don't even know what Roman numeral that is. L25? I don't know if the L is supposed to represent something. I feel like this is gonna be voiced. Oh, maybe not. Master Alpha Node, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is Autumn S? Nay, 'tis just... I can see enough from my cabin when I was curious to know what the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought of such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othar and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Oh! Turbulence? Report! We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? Oh. All cannons, return fire. Damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it. They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact! Oh boy. Glad to have you back, Master Alpha Node. We have landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye. Oh, what is this? Hello? Excuse me? What is this? You're fighting as Alpha Node. What? Master Alpha Node, might I ask you to research for survivors? I'll see to our injured helmsman. What? This is kind of cool, actually. We got Psychic. Thankfully, I know how Summoner works, so, Alright, let's search for survivors. Look at this shit. This is awesome. Poor Alfie. Alright. I'm not seeing any survivors at all. Alright. So far, I've ran in circles of this whole thing. I'm not seeing anything. Oh wait. Is that a guy? Sir! you're right. My thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who would try to take it remains, however. Put these last few out of the misery. The prince wishes none are left alive. The prince? They're not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. This is the closest we're ever gonna get to having a Moonstone Carbuncle, sadly. Uh-oh. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, there's a whole legion. Oh boy. Confound it. Not here. Not like this. Oh, he got shot. Oh, who's this guy? Who's him? Whoa, who are the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphinote. Let us finish this then. Ah. This guy's got Garland techniques. Oh, the Emperor, that man is a fiend. Cross formation, deploy restraints. Probably focus on one, wouldn't I? Probably would help. Nice. So who the hell is this guy? My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well. I do not think to meet any Orzen in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? Who is this guy? I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard, and I could venture a guess as to their motive, but you have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking, but as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Asian mask. The face of our prey. You must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek back out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guards. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Come. All right, mystery man. Well, he's clearly Imperial because he's got the... Oh, he's got 3 masks on him. Whoa. Man's got a kill streak going. Alright, now we're back here. This is intolerable, but as much as I wish I were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alpnode now but pray for its success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I can make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well stay here while sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alize, but the provinces are hostile territory and stealth is all important. It's safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should leave this to Thancred. I mean, he's good at sneaking. Not you too. He's good at stealth. I understand your frustration, Alize, but Cecil has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's expertise in this matter. Fine. Just promise you'll come back. You'll be careful. Oh boy, if only you guys knew what was going on in the burn. Oh, it seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all. But I will stay behind as I've been told. We all have our talents. Mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise in a word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. And be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Cecila. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alpno to share. I learned the emote ponder. All right, now we are at the end of. I guess if you complete the patch stories, this little new game plus chapter thing will appear. All right, so now we've officially ended patch 4.3. So when we come back, we will continue the story into 4.4, and we're getting close to Shadowbringers. We're like 2 or 3 story patches away. Thank the Lord. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.